Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex, the Comic Hoarder. Thank you so much for click and play on this video. I've got 5 more books that I want to show today. These are foundational books for my collection, and these are ways that I can help improve the overall eye appeal of my comic book collection and improve the overall value of my collection by adding books like this to my collection. And foundational books are universally recognized as key issues by any dealer and any collector, and they're not dependent on speculation. So there's no movie hype news around these books. These are just forever keys that will always attract the attention of any buyer or any dealer out there when showing them your collection. So hopefully you guys are excited. Here we go. This video is sponsored by the Shortbox app. It's the easiest and safest way to buy and sell graded comic books online. There's a link in the description below to download the app for Apple and Android users. Download that app. Using that link, it lets them know that I sent you and start shopping or selling today. All right, so as I was recording the video, the iMovie crashed. I had the bulk of the video done. I was just about to start editing the clips of showing these books, and iMovie crashed and it didn't pull back up the clip that I just recorded. So I'm going to do it again right now and be more succinct in this version compared to the version that's lost forever. I did want to mention that there is a disclaimer that these are my foundational books. Now, they are universally recognized as keys, but these are the ones that I've chosen to add to my collection. You don't have to add every single foundational book to your collection. If you agree about one of these books, and maybe put that one on your list, but you don't have to agree about every single one of these books, or at least agree that you'd want to add these to your collection. Add the books that you want for your collection. I know that's the most cliche thing to say. Obviously, collect what you want. I don't want you guys to watch this video and say, well, Alex said I have to buy this book, and so I'm buying this book begrudgingly because he said it would help improve my collection. Well, it might. If you don't like it, it's worthless. You know what I'm saying? So these are the books that I've added to my collection. And when you're adding foundational books to your collection, or you're looking at books to purchase for your foundational collection, ask yourself a few questions. Is this universally recognized as a key? Will it increase the overall value of my collection? And will it increase the overall eye appeal of my collection? If it hits those parameters, then it's a foundational book for you. Buy it, put it in your collection. It should not be like nobody even wanted these in the 90s, and now they are hot because of there's a movie spec. Then they're not foundational books, they're just hot key issues. All right, let's get on to the first book. This one is Spawn number 9. You guys are like, oh my gosh, that's a cheap book. Well, if you're looking at a Spawn run, if someone has like 1 through 100 or 1 through 50, I usually always look for number 1 and number 9. And of course, as Master X would always say, you look for newsstand editions. Number 1 newsstand edition is great. Number 9 newsstand edition is great. This one is the direct version. And I don't necessarily want to get into direct versus newsstand. Sometimes I care about that. Sometimes I could give 2 craps about it. This is Spawn number 9 in 9.8 for this direct edition. It's $120 to $130. For 9.6 is $50 to $70, so it takes a pretty big hit. And then for raw copies, $10 to $15. This should not be an expensive book in direct edition. But I will tell you that if you get a 9.8 in a newsstand, it's about $500, $600. The most recent sale was an $800 fixed eBay price on the 15th of this month, August. So very, very cool book. It's always been a key, even before Angela came over into the Marvel, comic universe. This has always been a great book. Number 1, number 9. That's what I look for. If you showed up with a stack of books and it was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10, I'd be probably like, not too interested. I really want 1 and 9. So anyways, this is a very, very cool book. First appearance of Angela. Next one up is Amazing Spider-Man number 365. I've always loved this ever since I was a little kid. I was like, that is such a cool cover, such a cool book, and first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. So it's always been very, very cool, especially this black cover. There was a red cover, a green cover, and I think a blue cover. This was always the coolest one out of all of them. 9.8s go from $200 to $225. 9.6 is $75 to $100, and you should be able to get this one raw for anywhere from $25 to $35. If you can get it cheaper, get it cheaper. Very, very cool book. Definitely a foundational book for me. Every time I see this book, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty awesome. Now, I know there's been a lot of news and hot spec about Spider-Man 2099, but this has always been a cool book regardless of any kind of movie news or anything like that. This next one, I am going to duck and cover a little bit. I don't want you guys to throw anything at me. This is X-Force number 2. This is the second appearance of Deadpool, and I'm not one of those collectors where if you can't get the first appearance of this awesome character, go for the second appearance. If you want Deadpool, go for the first appearance. Save up your money and go for New Mutants 98. This one is just a nice addition to New Mutants 98. I've already got that book, so this is a nice add-on. Second appearance, X-Force number 2 from 1991, so it's definitely within that copper age. X-Force number 2, 9/8, $80 to $100. Really not an expensive book. 9.6 is $30 to $40. It's almost not worth getting graded. And then Raw's $10 to $15. Very, very cheap book. You should be able to get this anywhere. Now, I will note that a newsstand copy is like 3 times the value of a direct edition, and that's going to be 9.8, $300. I don't care to have a 9.8 X-Force number 2, $300. But if you got one in newsstand, good for you. It's about $300. All right, this next book has always been a key. It's such a great character, and I love this book. This is Next Men, number 21. It's the first color appearance of Hellboy. This book is awesome. Really, really cool book. It's always been a key to me. It's always been a key to, the comic book collecting universe. Next Men, number 21, 9.8. $400 to $450 for a 9.8. 9.6 is $200 to $250. And then Raw, you should be able to get one for about $75 to $100. I think I found this one at an antique mall, believe it or not. I found it at an antique mall for about $14. So I was really happy about this one. Love this book. Happy to have it in the collection. First color appearance of Hellboy. I'd really love a dime press, but I'm not going to overpay for it. If I find one, I find one. If I don't, I don't. All right, the last one is such an exciting book. I got it from a local comic book group that we started for local collectors around my area. And we are able to put out like what we're searching for, what we're selling, what we're showing off, what are some of our pickups are, toys, comics, just a nerddom in my local area. And we started this group just because there's not a real big community of comic collectors or geek culture in my area. So we wanted to start it. I threw out a bunch of books that I wanted, and I got a stack of books from a local collector for $50, and this one was included in it. This is kind of like the foundation of that deal, and it's in pretty low condition, as you'll see, because obviously it would be a lot more than that. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 238, the first appearance of Hobgoblin. It's got a big old tear here, and you will definitely want to, if you're buying this book for investment purposes, make sure that there's tattoos in here. Now, I could tell you there's tattoos in here and you'd probably just believe me, but there's no tattoos in here. I checked, there's no tattoos. If you want this for investment purposes, once again, make sure that there's tattoos in there, visibly see them, have someone take a picture of them, guaranteed that they're in there. And I just wanted this one because it was in the collection. It was $50 for the stack of books. So I was very, very happy to get this. First appearance of Hobgoblin. What a great, great book. This one's a pretty expensive book. In 9.8, it's $2,600 to $2,800. In 9.6, about $1,000 to $1,200, and Raw $100 to $200 for a low grade copy. This one was $50 and upwards of like $300, $350. So you're probably going to pay a pretty good penny for this book, but I was fortunate enough to find a really low placeholder. If I ever find a nicer copy, that'd be great. Other than that, I'll just keep this one in the foundational books, but it's definitely not going to increase the collection value that much because people are going to look at it and say, wow, that's really low grade and it doesn't have the tattoos in it. So it'll kind of be like, you'll need to upgrade that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love that you guys are enjoying this series. If you can, hit that thumbs up. It really does help this video get out to others who are not necessarily seeing these on their feed. So thank you guys for doing that. Share these videos with your friends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscription button and hit that bell to be notified when there's future videos. Other than that, guys, comment down below and we'll have some conversations. Thank you guys once again for watching, and I'll talk to you all on the next one. See you. Bye.